Sorry, I was reading this article real quick. It says Instagram is down for thousands of users. Instagram is currently experiencing a outage with users being logged out of their accounts. Are you having a problem with the app? No. It didn't log me out though. I've been on Instagram all day. Yo, my meme channel is blowing up, bro. I uploaded a video onto Instagram on my meme channel. My meme channel usually gets about 1,000 views per video. I think I got my one of my videos is at 124,000. I got a total of 5,836 likes, and it got 11.3k shares. That's not my most amount of shares or views. This one other video I got, which was John Cena in the LeBron reaction on there, 18.7k likes. It's okay. That's my most shared. The last video was the most shares. It's 11.7, but this one got more likes. This 18.7k versus the 5,000. So different category, but still. And 221,000 views. But anyways, we're ready to get right into this video. I know this is what y'all here for. So let's get into the video. This is iCarly cast sends legal threats to Dan Schneider following new Nickelodeon documentary.
He's free when you spend $10 online.
The new Nickelodeon docuseries, Quiet on Set, has finally come out in its entirety, and a lot of it dishes out a lot of dirty laundry about one man, Dan Schneider. Now, when most think of Dan Schneider, there's one specific show that comes to mind: iCarly. Well, now, in a not-so-surprising twist, the cast of iCarly have finally responded to Dan and his list of accusations. The first one to truly say something was Jeanette McCurdy. She said something over a year before the docuseries even came out. It all started like this: Quiet on Set, a documentary series produced by Maxina Productions and Sony Pictures. Television, in collaboration with Business Insider, delves into the troubling elements of popular children's TV shows created by Dan Schneider in the 1990s and early 2000s. Directed by Mary Robertson and Emma Schwartz, the series highlights the issues behind the scenes of these beloved programs. In 2022, Business Insider conducted an investigation into the world of children's television, overseen by Dan Schneider. The publication interviewed former child actors and crew members from shows such as The Amanda Show and Zoe 101 and Victorious. These interviews uncovered a consistent pattern of Schneider, cultivating an environment on set that was both uncomfortable and odd. Business Insider's expose comes off the heels of Jeanette McCurdy, known for her role as Sam Puckett on iCarly and its spin-off Sam and Cat, opening up about her uncomfortable experiences at Nickelodeon in her best-selling memoir, I'm Glad My Mom Died. In her book, McCurdy described a powerful figure, only identified as the creator, who exhibited controlling behavior and subjected her to emotional AB. McCurdy revealed that this individual pressured her to consume alcohol while underage, yelled at her during a kissing scene with a co-star, and explicitly requested bikinis to be included in wardrobe fittings. Her memoir also touches on disparities in treatment by Nickelodeon, particularly in comparison to her co-star on Sam and Cat, Ariana Grande. McCurdy shares how the network restricted her from pursuing other opportunities, a limitation not imposed on Grande, leading to a significant strain on McCurdy's well-being and aspirations. Furthermore, McCurdy discusses the difficult working environment fostered by Dan Schneider and the broader challenges within Nickelodeon. Her candid recounting of these experiences contributes to a broader conversation about the systemic issues within Hollywood, especially concerning young actors. Through her memoir and public discussions, McCurdy not only highlights her own struggles and achievements, but also underscores the need for greater awareness and change within the industry. Following the release of the Quiet on Set documentary, more cast members from the popular series iCarly are expressing their positions regarding the issues it highlights. Nathan Kress, known for his role as Freddie on the show, has taken significant steps by unfollowing iCarly and Nickelodeon on social media. Reports suggest that Kress has even severed ties with the network, indicating a firm stance in response to the revelations of the documentary. Jerry Trainor, who portrayed Spencer, the protagonist's older brother and guardian, is making similar moves. He, too, has unfollowed iCarly and Nickelodeon on Instagram, reinforcing the impact of the documentary's findings. These actions by key cast members signal a growing discontent within the ranks of those once closely associated with Nickelodeon, pointing to broader implications for the network in the wake of the documentary's revelations. The reactions to the iCarly cast distancing themselves from Nickelodeon in the wake of the Quiet on Set documentary have been mixed, revealing a spectrum of public sentiment. One Twitter user expressed a sense of vindication or hope, commenting, "It's starting the ultimate downfall of Nickelodeon," interpreting these actions as a significant turn of events that could lead to major changes at the network. This perspective suggests that the steps taken by Nathan Kress and Jerry Trainor are seen as a positive move towards accountability and reform within the industry. However, not all responses have been uniformly supportive. Another Twitter user expressed skepticism about the timing and impact of these actions, saying, "Why they doing this now, like Jeanette didn't speak out about WTF happened to her in her book? I'm not impressed." This critique raises questions about why it took the release of the documentary for certain actions to be taken, implying that Jeanette McCurdy's earlier disclosures in her book might have warranted earlier support or decisive moves from her peers. These divergent reactions highlight a complex conversation about accountability, timing, and the efficacy of actions taken in solidarity or protest within the entertainment industry. They reflect broader debates on how best to support victims of workplace abuse and drive systemic change, underscoring the challenges in navigating these issues in a public and highly scrutinized context. The iCarly crew are not the only ones reacting and responding to the docuseries and all that it's revealed. Nickelodeon has finally broken its silence on the unsettling controversies involving Drake Bell, delving into the murky circumstances they've found themselves enmeshed in, what recent shadows have been cast, and what somber words did they offer in response. Drake Bell, known for his role as a child star, is now speaking up about something serious for the first time: the SA he faced when he was just 15 years old. He's bravely sharing his story on an upcoming TV series called Quiet on Set: The Dark Side of Kids TV, which is scheduled to air on March 17th and 18. Nickelodeon has issued a statement in the wake of revelations about SA&A disclosed by former Drake and Josh star Drake Bell, relating to incidents with dialogue coach Brian Peck during Bell's childhood. Nickelodeon has made a public response after Drake Bell's disclosure, stating, "Now that Drake Bell has disclosed his identity as the plaintiff in the 2004 case, we are dismayed and saddened to learn of the trauma he has endured, and we commend and support the strength required to come forward." Nickelodeon also issued a statement addressing allegations of misconduct on previous production sets. Though we cannot corroborate or negate allegations of behaviors from productions decades ago, Nickelodeon, as a matter of policy, investigates all formal complaints as part of our commitment to fostering a safe and professional workplace environment, free of harassment or other kinds of inappropriate conduct, the statement read. "Our highest priorities are the well-being and best interests not just of our employees, casts, and crew, but of all children, and we have adopted numerous safeguards over the years to help ensure we are living up to our own high standards and the expectations of our audience." In response to Business Insider's story and the news of the upcoming documentary, a representative for Dan Schneider stated, "Dan cared about the kids on his shows even when sometimes their own families unfortunately did not. He understood what they were going through, and he was their biggest champion. The fact is, many of the kids on these shows are put in the untenable position of becoming the breadwinner for their family and the pressure that comes along with that. Add on top of that the difficulties of growing up and having to do so under the spotlight while working a demanding job, all as a child. That is why there are many levels of standards, executives, lawyers, teachers, and parents everywhere, all the time, on every set, every day. However, it is still a hard place to be a kid, and nobody knew that better than Dan. Dan Schneider has refuted allegations that he fostered a toxic or unsafe environment on his shows. Everything that happened on the shows Dan ran was carefully scrutinized by dozens of involved adults and approved by the network, a representative for Schneider articulated in a statement to The Hollywood Reporter. This declaration emphasizes the rigorous oversight mechanisms in place, suggesting that any inappropriate content would have been identified and removed by the involved parties. The spokesperson further clarified that the scripts for Schneider's shows received endorsements from network authorities in both New York City and Los Angeles, underscoring a comprehensive approval process. Remember, all stories, dialogue, costumes, and makeup were fully approved by network executives on two coasts. A standards and practices group read and ultimately approved every script, and programming executives reviewed and approved all episodes, the statement elaborated. It also highlighted the presence of parents, caregivers, and their acquaintances during filming and rehearsals, implying a transparent and open environment on set. While responses have primarily come through representatives and spokespersons of Dan Schneider, questions linger about whether Schneider himself has directly addressed the allegations. Recently, he has indeed spoken out. Through an online apology, Schneider directly engaged with the numerous allegations of inappropriate behavior detailed by actors and others in the Quiet on Set docuseries. This personal acknowledgement marks a departure from previous statements issued on his behalf, offering his own perspective on the matters raised. Schneider chose not to participate in interviews for the series, which premiered on Sunday and Monday. However, its release prompted him to emerge from a period of relative quiet to confront the numerous grievances about his shows and the treatment of those involved in their production. Since his departure from Nickelodeon in 2018, following a Viacom CBS investigation that revealed many individuals he collaborated with considered him to be verbally abusive, Schneider has seldom made public appearances. This investigation by Nickelodeon's parent company highlighted the challenging environment reported by many who worked closely with him. Watching over the past 2 nights was very difficult, me facing my past behaviors, some of which are embarrassing and that I regret, and I definitely owe some people a pretty strong apology, Schneider said in a nearly 20-minute video posted to his YouTube channel. This video featured commentary from the actor known as Boogie, who appeared on Schneider's show, iCarly. In his apology video, Schneider addressed specific behaviors, notably his request for massages, labeling them as wrong, and extending his apologies to anyone affected by such actions. He stated, "I apologize to anybody that I ever put in that situation, and even additionally, I apologize to the people who were walking around Video Village or wherever they happened, because there were lots of people there who witnessed it who also may have felt uncomfortable." Furthermore, Schneider expressed remorse for his participation in making inappropriate jokes within the writer's room, acknowledging the inappropriateness of his actions, especially in his leadership role. "The fact that I participated in that, especially when I was leading the room, it embarrasses me. I shouldn't have done it," he admitted. Reflecting on the complaints and his past behavior, Schneider conveyed his deep regret, particularly after watching the docuseries. He shared his emotional response. "Watching that show, there were so many times I wanted to pick up a phone and call some of those people and say, 'I am so sorry.'" So what do you think of all of this? Do you think the form iCarly cast did the right thing? What are your thoughts on what Nickelodeon and Dan Schneider had to say? Have you watched the docuseries yourself? If so, what do you think we can implement to make Hollywood a safe place for everyone, from the crew to the child actors, to make it a truly safe, creative space? And should Dan Schneider even have a platform to respond to everything that's been revealed about him recently at all? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to leave a like on the video.
Alright, thank y'all for watching. I don't really watch docuseries or documentaries. They be weird.